We are recording.
Okay.
Cool. Hey, everybody. So I'm Heather, and I'm a Diamond coach, and Nikki had asked me to do this call, particularly for newer coaches who are kind of just delving into like pages, to give you a little bit of like some tips and tricks on how to run ads for your Facebook like page. So I'm not going to get a lot into how to create a like page. Lori's done a great video on that. Nikki's done videos on that. But I am going to show you how to create an ad or boost a post, kind of the same thing. So I will.
Can I interrupt? So if anybody has any questions, just chat them, and then at the end, we can go through them, okay?
Cool. So I thought I would give a little bit of my background. It's not super exciting. I started a long time ago, back in 2007, and I actually started with Slim and Six. I don't even know if a lot of you know what that is. You can actually look at it on demand. It's kind of funny, but I actually found it on an infomercial, and I started doing that one, and I became somebody's free lead. And my coach reached out to me, and I emailed her back like right away. So I was one of those leads that actually responded, and then she never emailed me back ever again. So, and then I had another coach reach out to me after that. And so I switched over to her because it seemed like she was a little more involved with me. And then, but she wasn't really running any groups or doing much beyond just sending me an email every so often. And then I had a guy coach reach out to me and invite me to his challenge group. And I had just started doing Insanity. So I decided to switch to him. So I'm like one of those bad customers that switched coaches a lot. So he was my third coach, and he ran a challenge group. And I think he posted the first 2 days, and then he disappeared, and that was it. And, you know, the group, we kind of interacted with each other a little bit, but I definitely wasn't getting a lot out of it and didn't get that support that I needed. So after I had my second child, Nikki and I used to work together at AOL, so we were Facebook friends, and I saw all of her Facebook posts coming up on my feed, and she was traveling, and she was running these groups, and she was getting PIO certified and teaching PIO classes, and I was like, it just looked really cool. And I also wanted to lose some weight, so I reached out to her, and I was, again, like that easy customer. I was like, okay, I'll sign up. And I bought a challenge pack, and I switched over to her as my coach. And I lost 20 pounds, and I did 21-day fix and 21-day fix extreme. And I think I've done about every single program there is, except P90X2. So sorry, Tony. But so I'm going to share my screen so I can start getting into the ads here. I'm going to go over a little bit of tips and tricks, just general tips and tricks for ads, and then I'm going to actually go into Facebook Ad Manager and show you a little bit kind of how to find out some details about what audience you can reach out to, and then how to actually boost a post and to create that audience. So I'm going to share this. Okay. Can everybody see that, I think? Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and jump right in and go over some general tips and tricks. And let's see, I signed up as a coach in September 2014, and then I think I started my like page. It was January 2015. So I only waited a few months, and then I just jumped right in, and I had no idea what I was doing. I don't think I even watched any videos or anything. I just saw that Nikki had one and Lori had one. I was like, I want to do that. So I just kind of stumbled through it and created it. And I think my first banner that I did was pretty awful. It was like some balloons made out of like fruit and vegetables, and it like didn't have my picture on it or anything, but that was my first one. So, and then I actually ran my first ad 2 weeks later, and my first 4 ads got declined by Facebook because I had so much copy on them. So that's kind of my first number one rule, is to use minimal copy on your ad. Facebook only allows you 20% of your photo or your ad to have copy on it. So you'll see on the left, that was my very first ad, and tons of copy, and that got declined right away. And then you want to do something more like on the right where it's very minimal copy. And sometimes I've even run ads that have no copy. It's just my smiling face. And then I put all the copy in the actual post, and then I boost it. So let's see. And then another tip, the second thing is you're going to want to definitely use your face in your ads. So anytime I used a stock photo or a photo of the products or one of the trainers, they bombed. They just didn't do as well. I know some coaches that have used some with like Autumn, and they used minimal text and they did okay. But I think maybe because my like page was so new and I didn't have, a lot of like people yet, that it didn't do well. So I think, in order to build your tribe and to get those people to follow you, they're going to want to see your smiling, beautiful faces. So I figure, how are they going to get to know you if you're using stock photos? That was one I did for a clean eating group. It was a free group too, and it still didn't do well because it's like asparagus French fries. So I guess that just didn't appeal to people much. But the two ads on the right you see here with me holding my crock pot, me with my son, those did awesome. So I think just anytime you have your face in there, and if you can throw your kids in there, it totally does even better. I don't know what it is, but each time I put my son in there, the ad gets tons of likes. If you're trying to attract people with dogs or cats, then run an ad with you with your dog or cat. If you're trying to attract moms who are into yoga who have dogs, then post, an ad of you doing a yoga pose with your dog nearby and your kid doing the yoga pose with you. So, put in those ads that, get across what you want to attract. Let's see. So my next tip is Facebook. Most of you probably know this. They don't allow before and afters in ads, which kind of sucks. But so again, two of my first ads I did before and afters because I thought, hey, these were my actual results and I wanted to share them with people, and I thought it'd make a great ad, but no, you're not allowed to do that. So again, you need to just show your smiling face. You can show your body, not a before and after, but your after. Show off your bicep, show off your booty, show off your back, flexing, talk about how the program has gotten you in the best shape of your life, and do they join you? So those are kind of ways you can circumvent doing actual before and after photos. All right. And then another trick, I try to do this like once a week or once every 2 weeks. And I usually do it with food photos because they're already really, they're really beautiful and colorful and they look tasty. And if I see that they're already starting to get some engagement and likes, I'll boost those. So it's basically like turning it into an ad. So this fruit photo, I think it had like 4 likes, and then I boosted it, and the next day I had 207 likes. So that was just a 1-day boost, and I think I paid maybe $5 for that one. So usually if I do just a 1-day boost, the max I'll do is $10. So, and I'm pretty cheap when it comes to ads. I typically don't go over $10 a day. So if I run a 3-day ad, I set my budget at $30. I've run higher cost ads, but I just didn't get much difference. So I tend to stick with that $10 a day method. And also another little trick that I don't have in here is I typically will run my ad or boost it on a Friday night, and I do that through Sunday night. So I think it's about 3 days. So that's typically what my 30-day ads are, because I just find that's when everybody's getting online and actually finally has time to, mess around on Facebook. So I just find they do really well, especially on Sunday night, like right before the week starts. And usually, sometimes Monday mornings too, I get some good traction, but like really over the weekends, personally for me, I found is the best time to boost a post or to run an ad. So let's see. And I'm going to post this to our Team Positude files section later, and I'll even add some more of the ads I've done so you can actually see all of my copy, because it's a lot longer than what's shown here. These were just some of the sample ads that I did that did really well. And I had a lot of people. I'll get a lot of people liking them, and not a lot of comments, but I reach out to all those people that like my ads, and that's where all my conversations get going. I don't know what it is. People just don't want to comment, or they're embarrassed maybe. So I just message all those people that like them, as long as they don't look creepy or freaky or something. And I will message them and friend request them, or have them friend request me. And then that's where all my conversations get started. And then sometimes, now accepting applications for that ad.
Wilson.
Oh.
No, you just need to put your head down, Wilson.
Okay, sorry, I had to mute somebody. Okay, so I am going to share and get into Facebook. I'm just going to show you a little bit about audience insights. It's kind of a way to find out a little bit more about the people that you want to target to, and then I'll show you how to boost a post and exactly what I do to pick, each of the interests and my demographic, etc. So let's see. So I'm going to share. Let me know if I'm going too fast, because I tend to talk fast. So. Alrighty. Okay. Can everybody see this? Yes? Okay, cool. All right, so first we are going to go on your home screen in Facebook. And you don't see anything in my news feed because I have that really cool Chrome extension that actually shuts off the news feed, because I can't do it. If the news feed's on, I'm like sucked in for hours and hours. So that's just a little bonus tip. It's a free extension for Chrome. So I'm going to go into Ads Manager over on the left. And it's slow. Okay. And there is so much in Ads Manager that you get into. I mean, it would probably take like 3 day training to go through it all. I mean, there's some pretty intense stuff you can do, like to go into your ads and see who's looking at them and all the demographics and etc. So that'll be like a more extensive training for another time, but I just wanted to give newbies kind of a quick way to get into ads. So you're going to go up here to Tools and Audience Insights. So this is something you can do before you get into your ads. I think when I first started running ads, you can choose everyone on Facebook, because if you're new, you probably don't have a lot of people connected to your page yet. Even me, I think I have like 1,500 people on my like page, and it's still not enough for Facebook to give me enough insight yet. They can usually give me an age range and whether it's men or women, and that's about it. It's still not enough people for them to really give me some good demographics. So I do everyone on Facebook. So if I were to go in here, I mean, you could do it first just to kind of get the age range of people that are looking at your page. So I go over there and it says people connected to, and I just type in my Heather Vargas like page. That's the name of my like page. And it kind of shows me the ages of people that are currently interacting with my like page. So I'm going to typically target 35 to 44. And I'm 41, so that's about spot on. And so I'm going to go ahead and remove that. Okay, so this is just all of Facebook. So what you can do is you can actually go in and start kind of entering in things. So I'm going to do an age. I'm going to do 35 to 44. And I'm going to choose women because I'm targeting women. And then already it's going to start changing things here. So you're going to see, women 35 to 44 who are married, are soccer moms and have SUVs, or, you can kind of see the percentages there. So a lot of my ads, that's actually what I will put as an interest. I'll put soccer moms, I'll put SUVs. Sometimes I'll even put like specific cars. So. And then relationship status, you can see how many of those 35 to 44 women are married and their education level. And if you're really wanting to target and you're like, I only want college grads, I don't want anybody just with a high school degree, you can enter those over here. So I think it's under advanced. Yeah, so here under education, you could select college, and it's going to refine it even more. Like you saw soccer and SUV jump up a little. So, and then I'll have like an Evernote file or a little notepad, and I'll jot these things down so that I know what to type in from my ads once I create those. And then I could go to relationship status, and I'll make sure I'm only selecting married or interested in women, because that's, oops, interested in men, sorry. It doesn't really matter though, so I'll put all. So again, soccer and SUVs jumps up, and now it's kind of giving you even more details. So those are things, again, that you can write down and then enter in when you're creating your audience for your ad. And then it's got all kinds of things. So I can type in and make sure, you know, it's only English speaking because I don't speak any other languages. Oops. Apparently I can't type tonight. Okay. So that kind of gives you like some ideas of what, you know, it's basically who you want to target. You can enter things over here and then kind of see what they're into. Like a huge amount of this target is healthcare and medical field. And that's something that you can type in into your interests when you're creating your ad, and I can show you that. A lot of them are in management, and then there's arts, entertainment. So like you can spend a lot of time in here just kind of messing around with these to kind of get that, to target the people you want, and then you can even drill down even more to find out what their interests are. Okay, so I am going to, I think I already have one ready to go. I'm just going to show you how to boost a post. I think personally this is just the easiest way to start out. Just boost. Oh, that's my S key. Okay. I think it's just easier just to go ahead and boost a post. And then it will show up in your ads manager under your list of ads. You'll see that boosted post. I mean, you can definitely go in and create an ad from scratch, but I think one of the choices they give you is to boost the post. So that's what I always choose anyways. So I'm actually have this video I did on, for my free group on how to use the containers and nutrition. So I kind of want to get this out there and I want people to see it. So I'm going to click boost post. And I always choose people you choose through targeting. If you're doing only people who like your page or people who like your page and their friends, and you only so far have like 100 likes, that's probably not going to get far. I think that works once you've got a lot of people liking your page. So for now, people you choose through targeting. I am going to create a new audience, but just so you can see, these are kind of all the different audiences I've created. So sometimes I'll do 2 different challenge group ads and I'll just choose 2 different audiences. They might have some different, maybe I will do college grad, and then another ad I'll do no college grad to see which one performs better or what gets the most interaction. Okay, so we're going to create a new audience, and I'm just going to name it video ad just for now. And I always put United States. We can do Canada as well. I typically just do United States. And I'm going to target 34 to 45. Personally for me, I'm going to do women. And then interests, that's where you start getting into, like, are they interested in Target? Or are they interested in Pottery Barn? Are they interested in hiking, art? So I always put in the interests that I'm into because I'm trying to attract people that are like me. So I always do hiking and I do art. So I'll just pick some other ones. So, I mean, you could go on in here and pick tons of interests just to get going. I picked camping once because I'm really into camping, but I got like some like serious like backwoods people like all into rifles and stuff. So I started leaving that out. Like hiking seems to work, but I don't know. I mean, I'm into camping, but apparently like a lot of like crazy hunters with camouflage and stuff on were too. So I'm just going to do that for now, just to give you an idea. But
maybe you do RVs.
yeah,
Those are upscale campers.
Oh man, I could. Okay, so okay, and then my budget. I'll just make this a 1-day boost. So I'll do $10. And so it's going to end, I think, this time tomorrow. And then you have to enter your credit card info. And then you're going to click boost. And you can also click mobile or desktop just to see, how it's going to look in either one. And you'll get we received your order. And it's a video. So as long as there's nothing bad or naughty in it, it's going to get approved. And then as long as your ads don't have too much copy on them and they aren't a before and after, they'll get approved, and it's usually pretty quick. So I'm also going to show you just real quick. So that's just the easiest way to get one done. And you can do that on your mobile phone like really quick too. And that's just the easiest way to get a quick ad done. And then once you do that, you can start getting into, let me go up to my ads manager. So I'm going back to ads manager and I'm going to audiences. And see, now you see video ad showed up there. So if you want to add to these audiences, like you can go ahead and create a custom audience. If you know that you're going to want to run another ad, but you want to make it a little more in depth and add way more, like you want to start adding like websites, you can even add like other like pages that you want to attract, like people, like I want to attract people that like Martha Stewart like page, or I want to attract people that like, not your average grandma like page. I doubt you do that, but you can actually enter those in as well as like, Target, Pottery Barn, and all that. So. Oh, this has changed. People visiting, So you can create an audience, and you can choose from website traffic and people who visit specific web pages. So you can actually enter in like if certain ads show up in my Facebook, like a lot of time I have Honest Diaper showing up, and I do have Pottery Barn showing up, and I have some other ones. I'll always write those down when I see ads show up in my Facebook feed. And then those are ones that I'll add to my custom audiences, because I'm trying to attract people like me. So I figure if I like those things, then, I'm trying to attract people that like those sites as well. So you can kind of enter all those in. Target. And then I can name it, whatever, new coaches or something. So you can just name it whatever you want. And then anytime I can kind of go in there and edit it. They've changed it a little, so. Like they used to have a little edit button here, so I'll have to go in there. They're always changing. That's one thing to know. They are always changing Facebook ads and the way it's set up and the design of it. So if you're watching videos like from even 6 months ago on how to create Facebook ads, it's going to look completely different. And probably like 2 months from now, this is going to look different. Like already I'm seeing things that they've changed here. I typically just boost a post and then that's what I do. So. And then I'm just going to go in here real quick. And then you can always go back to that ad that you just boosted. And once they've approved it, you can actually go in and edit it. Like if you think, oh, I don't want to spend that much, or I want to spend more, or I want to take out married, I want single, or I want to, change the age range, you can go back in after they've approved it and you can edit it. And then it'll go through a re-approval process again, but it doesn't take very long. But just to know, like, once you've boosted or created an ad, you can always go in and edit it, as long as it's still within the date range that you set. And this was one that I just did. So that's like, if you hover over those, you'll get like a little edit icon, and that's where you can pull it up. But it's different now, so so I'll have to go into it. So that's kind of just like a quick basic to get you guys started on creating your ads. So I would love to see what questions you have.
Okay, so
Go ahead.
since I was, can you guys hear me okay? First of all, great job. I mean, I love that you just like jumped into it and tried and figured it out as you went, because I kind of did the same thing. So that's the best way to learn. And people who just give up real easily, that's not what you have to do. You just have to keep trying, because a lot of with ads, it's like the picture could need to be tweaked, or it could be the text on the picture needs to be tweaked, or it could be the copy of your post that needs to be tweaked. So you just kind of have to keep tweaking and keep figuring that out as you go. And that's what I love that you did. So one big question was, what do you message people who like your posts?
Oh, I can actually, let me see. I will read one off to you. I used to start out with something very like a template, and I pasted the same thing, hey, thanks for liking my post, are you into fitness? But so now I'm trying to I go and kind of stalk their Facebook page a little, see if they fit in my tribe, if they're, somebody I would like to join my team. And then I can make it a little more personal if they have enough photos on their Facebook page for me to get an idea. Like if I see they have kids or dogs or something. So I'm pulling up, I can actually read to you what I type. And I can post these to the files section as well. So one of them is kind of like, hi, so-and-so, I saw that you repost for my 21-day accountability group. Hope it's okay that I friend requested you. Sometimes they have that turned off. If that's the case, I say, hey, feel free to send me a friend request and I put the URL so there's no error and they can find me and friend request me. And I said, I'd love to get a better idea of your fitness and nutrition goals and see if I can help you meet them. So that one was that's kind of the way I used to. And now it's a little more, I'll say, hey, saw that you liked my post about the 21-day challenge. I hope it's okay that I sent you a friend request. I saw that you have kids. I'm always looking to connect with other moms. Your kids are adorable, but just try and be a little more personal, unless there's just nothing on their Facebook page. And then it's kind of like, do you really get an idea of them enough where you even want to friend request them? So, because nowadays people are copying everybody's Facebook pages and making duplicate profiles. So it's almost harder now to tell what's a fake profile not. So if I don't see anything, sometimes a little more. And I like to see that they have a banner and that they have a nice profile picture, that it's not just some weird blurry banner image where I can't just know a little bit more about them before friend requesting them. So And so if they like my page, not just an ad, I know this is kind of getting off ads. It's kind of the same thing. Thanks so much for liking my public page. I'm actually a real person and this is my personal page, and I give them the URL. And I just say I love connecting with other moms, or connecting if it's an artist or somebody who likes hiking, I say something about that. And then I say, it looks like you might have an interest in health and fitness. I do too. Feel free to add me as a friend. Are you working on any goals currently? I'd love to help you. So that's a little gist.
All right. What else? Let's see. Somebody asked about boosting a post, and if that's an ad, and I just responded and said it's one type of ad. There's
Yes.
different types of ads.
Yeah.
And boosting is the most common ad. It's basically just a post that you can make an ad.
Yep.
So, and what I found with that is if you can boost, there's a boost button on your post, and you can do it there, or you can go into the ad manager and do it.
Yep.
So
That's like one of the first options they give you when you just create an ad is to, do you want to boost?
Right. And what I found is that there's less target options when you do it from your like page.
Yep.
So you want to go into ad manager because you want to do all those targeting things that Heather showed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Somebody asked about how you can get turned down. So that's also a process. There is a grid tool that, and I can post a link to it, or you can Google Facebook grid tool, GRID.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a real handy little tool that you can upload the picture into this grid screen, and it has blocks, and you can see what's 20%, because you can't just eyeball it, and you don't want to submit it and then hear 12 hours later it got rejected. You lose time, right?
Yep.
So I would suggest using the grid tool. Test your page to see if the text is less or 20% or less. The Kill newsfeed is awesome. I use it too.
Yep.
Heather mentioned. So just Google Kill Facebook newsfeed, and if you have the Chrome browser, which you should, because you need that extension. Because every time you go to your messages to message somebody, that newsfeed just sucks me in, and I lose 20 minutes. So
I have Safari too, and sometimes I'll sneak over to Safari because they don't have that extension yet. And I'll scroll the whole way.
Yeah.
But if you want to see what ads are being targeted to you, you would have to turn off the extension so you'll actually see the ads pop up in your feed.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
But you can always do that on your phone and then keep your computer newsfeed turned off.
Okay, so Carrie asked, Facebook makes me crazy. I get it, and they change it. Boost a page or run ad for page. What do you suggest?
To make it, honestly, I've just been doing boosts, but they used to, when you did boosts straight from your Facebook page, they gave you a lot more options, but now I think you actually have to go into Ad Manager, create ad, and then choose, what's the purpose of this ad? And you say to boost a post. And then they give you all those things that you can type in, like interest and what website.
I think maybe she was, because this was in the previous, maybe she was talking about boosting your page for likes.
Oh yeah, I've done that. I did that in the very beginning. You just have to make sure that the banner, I think you can either use the banner image that you have, as your Facebook like page, as the art to do your page boost, or you kind of have to create another piece of art that doesn't, because a lot of us have a lot of copy on our Facebook like page banners. I don't think I have a ton, but again, it's that 20% rule. So you just have to make sure whatever art you upload to boost your page doesn't have a ton of copy.
Yeah, I think it can get cut off.
Yeah. Yeah. So the first time I had my like page banner, and it had those cheesy little fruit balloons, but I had a lot of copy on it, blah, blah, blah. Let me help you with your New Year's, blah, 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 all this copy. And I just did promote my page. And it got declined because I had too much copy. So I actually made a duplicate of my like page banner and kind of took out some of the copy. I left the dumb fruit balloons in there and just had a little bit of text, and then it got approved. But it worked. So it definitely got me. But even just boosting a recipe or boosting one of your videos, that's also going to get you likes as well. So.
Right. So the idea is like Heather said, if somebody's engaging, if you do a post and you have like 15 people like it, and normally you get like 5 likes, you should boost that post just to get more likes to your like page, because people are going to see that and go, oh, what is this page? Ooh, and they'll come and like it. But make sure you have some good posts, because the first thing people are going to do is they're going to scan your like page and say, what's this person all about? So if you haven't posted for 3 weeks, you know, they're probably not going to like your page. So make sure you're consistently posting.
So if you have a new like page, definitely make sure you've just copied over a bunch of posts from your personal page, or you've been posting maybe for a couple weeks, then try doing a boost or promoting your page so they have something to look at. I think
so
I made that mistake too.
Anne Marie says, when they recommend you boost a post, do you do it? No.
No.
They recommend a lot. And like when they tell you how well, oh yeah, they do tell you. Do you want to, Heather, just go back into your ads manager and show her how they tell your ad is doing?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
And
And then Ashley, the grid tool is a tool that it's just a URL that you can go to, and you can upload your picture and see how much of your text is taking up, you know, if it's 20% or 16%. So it's kind of a handy little thing.
So I can go into, you guys can see my screen again. Okay. So like I can go to,
So see how it says results and reach and all that? Yeah. You can just get a scan of,
so like this was just a post that I had something, it was a picture of me with the containers. I was like, I'm just going to boost this for a day and see what happens. I don't think it was like super great, but, and it kind of shows you your reach, like how many people you reached. And
the cost per click is a very important metric. So 16 cents is great. That means you're only paying 16 cents for every engagement on your, you know, so that's really a good CPC.
yeah, I think I did like a free, Nikki had sent it out a long time ago. It was like a free training by Sandy. I forget what her last name is. She's like that Facebook.
Oh yeah, Krakowski.
Yeah, and she had done, it was just a quick little, like I think it took 30 minutes, and that's where I kind of learned the $10 a day rule. And she said to try and keep your audience under 3 million. It was like she had these very specific things, and I did my first ad just following her steps. I'll have to find it for you guys. I don't even know if I bookmarked it, but it was good, and I ran an ad just following her steps, and it worked. So, and she talked about the whole, you know, that was important, keeping that number low. So
yeah, you can also do lifetime budget. So for instance, you know, that's what I usually do is lifetime budget. I don't do per day. So because with lifetime budget, my Facebook ad guy told me that that lifetime was better because Facebook then has a flexibility to serve your ad. Like, so say there's a lot of traffic on Sunday and there's not as much. This is just a stupid example. I mean, it's probably not true, but say like Friday, there's less people on Friday evening than there are on Saturday, and you're running your ad Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Well, they won't spend all your $10 on Friday. You know, they'll take that $30 and they'll distribute it to when there's traffic.
yeah,
And you can also, with lifetime budget, pay certain days. If you like in hours of certain days, you can not have your ad run. So it's a little bit more detailed and precise, but that's just an option. I think you should, you know, test everything, see what works for you. Somebody asked about, you're talking about what posts do well. Meal prepping posts never work well for me. So again, you know, you have to try the different things. That might be something, you know, your fans might like certain posts. Like, you know, if you like hiking and you're attracting hiking people, they probably would like hiking posts.
Yeah. It's taken like a year and, you know, over a year, and it's just up and down. And even sometimes you'll run an ad with a picture that does great, and you're like, oh, that did awesome. I'm going to do another ad with this, you know, kind of the same style picture, you know, with me holding some content, and then it totally bombs. So it's hard to like figure out. So all I know is that whenever I do one with me and my kid, it always like goes through the roof. I don't know what it is. So people like toddlers or something. And
Yeah.
probably if you have a really cute dog or something or a cat.
Right. If they're like, if they're targeting people who like cats, you should be doing cat pictures. Yeah. So Tierney, you wanted to know, you're talking about Sandy Krakowski?
Yeah, I didn't catch her name.
Krakowski, K-R.
Yeah. Put it up.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then
What did she take?
Excuse me?
I was just, what did she cover again? It was.
She's like an ad
video or-
expert. She's like a
Ad expert.
Facebook ad expert. Yeah, she does webinars.
And if you all can still see my screen, just so you know where it is, that green create ad button, it'll be in the upper right corner. And this is what it looks like when you
that's
create
good,
an actual ad and you choose boost your post. And this is where you'll really get a lot more.
Yeah, I never use promote your page. Do you, Heather?
I don't think I ever have. No.
Yeah,
I
that's
always
kind
do
of like
make
promoting
sure.
your like page. Yeah.
Like, honestly, I don't even think I've clicked on it.
Yeah.
It's just taken me a long time just to learn the whole boost your post. So
Yeah, the get video views is a new thing, and my Facebook person was telling me about it. So
yeah.
you can target if you do that one, and this is probably like advanced, but apparently if you do a video and you try to get video views, what it does is you can then target the people who viewed your video for later ads.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Good
so
to know.
that's kind of something to maybe look into.
Yeah.
So Maggie asked, should you wait until you have a decent amount of likes on your page before you boost anything? Will it be a disadvantage or waste of money if we don't have a lot of likes yet?
I don't know. I mean, I just started running them just to get likes. So
Right.
I've heard both sides. I've heard, wait till you have, a decent amount of likes. That way you're actually getting the most for your money. But I don't know. I put money into it and I just started. And they were not expensive. I did like little, $20 ads or $5 ads and, so I just.
If you run a clean eating group every month and you're bringing people in, that you're probably going to get quite a few likes on your like page. That would be a strategy, right?
Definitely.
So, what's the name of your page, Heather?
What is the name of it?
Yeah.
It used to be Heather Vargas Fitness and Nutrition, and then I just made it Heather Vargas because I'm my brand, and that felt like a mouthful saying that. So I think maybe once I have like 20,000 likes and I've really decided what I want the name of my business to be, but for now I'm my business, so
Yeah. And I heard this and I Googled it yesterday and I found out it's true because I have a coach who wants to change her like page name. You can only change it once.
Okay.
You can't change it more than once. So if you change it, be sure that you change it to something that's going to stick.
Yeah.
So, all right. All right. So everybody else good? Any other questions? Let's see. I used under 1 million. What does that mean? When you have to target, the potential reach. So when you target an audience, how broad do you make your target, the potential reach, as Stacy's asking?
I used to try and keep it really low, like the same thing, like under 1 million. And then I took Sandy's training and she was like, keep it under 3 million. And so I did that and I actually got better results. I'm probably getting a lot more people that aren't exactly in my niche market, but I think I was under 1,000 likes and I really just wanted to get likes and just get my page traction. But I do have audience sets that are under 1 million. So.
And Katie Fleischer asked, when do you message people that like a post? How do you do it? Or when you message people, how do you do it? Right from the page or from your personal page? You can make a message, right? From when people like your page?
Yeah, I just hover over their name and I do message. And I think it just comes from me, like from my personal page. It doesn't come from, I don't click on the message tab on my like page and message them there. Because I feel like sometimes they might not see it. So I do it from my personal page, but I always just say, hey, this is Heather Vargas. I mean, because my like page is my name. So I figure, and it's my face, so hopefully they won't get confused. So.
Well, and if they're not your friend, then you run the risk of it going to their other folder, right?
Yep. Well, I
So
don't think
that's why
there's
you asked. Huh?
they got rid of the other folders, so now you get this little alert at the top. Like I've even had people that aren't friends with me message me, and it's like, hey, you know, Lori Wright is sending you a message, like if you and I weren't friends, and I would have to choose to accept that message. So I think they got.
There's still another folder
there
though. We just figured that out. Like I
Oh,
didn't know
there is.
there's still a filtered, and I think it's kind of like a spam folder. So it's somehow it determines like whether they should go to the one where they're going to alert you or whether they should go to the one. So usually, yeah. So they're still potentially so, but I do think they improved it. So
Yeah.
you don't have to pay $1 to.
I need to check my other folder.
Yeah, you might have a
People that have
picture of,
messaged me.
you might have a picture of somebody's, you know what? Because that's what Nikki got. Some of the coaches were talking about. Some
Oh,
of the top coaches, what they got in there was, gosh,
maybe I shouldn't look.
yeah. All right. There is a new thing that it shows a message request, right? Yeah. But there's still a filtered, you know, go in there. There's still a filtered box in there.
Okay.
So it's like, I guess, 2 levels maybe. So maybe
Yeah,
I should
and
ask my Facebook person about that.
you know, the Crockpot group ad, I think I got like, I had like 100 people that requested, you know, like, or 100 people that liked it or something. And then out of that, I think I got 40 people that accepted my friend request. So it definitely works. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to get, you know, 200 likes and then 200 new contacts. Maybe out of 200, you'll get like, you know, 50 or 30, but, and then you kind of have to weed through those. They're,
So I have a question for you. What's your strategy every month with respect to ads? Do you have a budget? Do you run certain ads at certain times for certain groups?
yeah, I do. I do a challenge group ad. Usually like if I'm on my game, like 2 weeks before the group. Sometimes I've literally done it like a week before my sneak peek if I'm trying to hit Success Club. And then, you know, they'll just be a little late getting into the group. But I try to do 2 weeks before. And then for a coaching sneak peek, I've honestly just run those ads like the weekend before the sneak peek starts because it's free and I can just, you know, they can just join on Monday. I mean, it's nicer to do it, like, leave a little bit of time. So I usually run like 2 to 3 challenge group ads a month. Lately I've been doing like 3 to 4 coaching sneak peek ads a month because we've been doing a group almost every week or every other week. And then,
that's great.
yeah, and then I boost a post like a recipe or a video or something. I try to do that like once or twice a week. So I don't know, my budget, like I've been probably spending too much, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, I just think it's good. I mean, yeah, it just as long as you're not like, you know, some people could go crazy. So
yeah.
it's that have, you know,
And I
I
definitely
like to make sure my ads are paid for, you know, so like, is the return going to be enough to warrant,
Mhm.
you know, that spend? But I found with the what is coaching groups, the sneak peeks, if you do them further out, people like lose their excitement. And so I think doing it soon is better.
Yeah.
Just doing it quick and early right before the thing starts.
Yeah. Same with like a free group, like a free clean eating group. I mean, as long as you get them in there in time for the 3 days of like prep, then it's fine. Like the Crockpot group, I think we started prep on Saturday and I ran my ad like Friday morning and it was like, I couldn't even I had to turn it off. Like something about Crockpots, people.
Yeah.
So I like had to actually turn it off because it was like, so if you ever want to like really boost your likes and get some friends, like run a Crockpot.
Oh, that's great. All right. Okay. Oh, we have another one. I have a little over 160 likes on my page and my posts get 500 to 1,000 views. How do you turn those into likes to my page? I send them my invites. Any other advice? Well, first of all, those likes are from probably people who've already liked your page. So you need to get, you don't turn those likes into likes on your like page. You have to go find more people, right? Is that what you're understanding, Heather, that question?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
You just have to find new people. So I would say boost a post that is getting good likes, engagement. You want to know how many likes, not how, how many likes and how many comments and how many shares. You want to try, a good post is something that people are sharing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good indicator.
One little thing, a little tip I've been doing for recipes. I think I got this from Bridget or Brittany. Instead of just posting a link to a recipe, I know it's a little more time intensive. I'll get the photo and I'll actually post a little something, and then I hope you can see my screen. And then I actually do the recipe right there, so they actually have it instead of having to go to a link. And I always, give props to them. I say where the recipe's from, who the photo's from, and then I say, hey, share to your timeline if you like this recipe. And usually people do. So
if you, and some people might not know the reason for doing that, but if you put the link in there, basically when it's shared, the people are going to go to the link page. But because Heather's doing that, people are going to go to Heather's page. So when it's shared, Heather's name's going to get out there and not the skinnytaste.com. So even though she gave credit to them, the recipes and everything they want is right in that post. So that's great. Yeah. Okay. Any other tips?
I was trying to
Are
think.
you using the Facebook Live at all?
I just started to. It's a little scary because I'm like, I'm so bad at videos.
No retakes.
It's like you can't retake it. I think I did a couple like earlier or last week, and it's cool. It's a little scary.
The difference is you can't, your Facebook page has to be verified to do them on your like page.
Okay.
So you can Google that. You can get your page verified. You have to send in your driver's license or your birth certificate or something. They just want to know you're a real person and that you're not some.
Okay.
So I just went and did that. I noticed that I got my live icon on my like page. So
Ooh, cool.
And you get a verified kind of thing on your. So yeah.
That's cool.
All right. Okay. So we're to the end. I love it. It is great. Live is great. Yes. Cassie likes live. Yeah. I think it's going to change everything. So people, if you guys scared to do live, do it. Just do it. I started doing my, What is Coaching sneak peeks using an event and Facebook Live last week for my webinars. So
events are good.
Yeah. Cause I was like, I need to do Google Hangout. And then I realized it was available in events. And I was like, I don't have to learn another tool. Good.
One super quick little tip. If you're trying to get likes, I totally just threw myself out there on my personal page. I think I was at 800 likes and I really wanted 1,000. And I just posted something. I said, I'm really trying to get to 1,000 likes. Please go to my page and like it. And I think all my friends and family, they're going to do it. They might unlike it, the next week. But it was a good way just to, get them to go there, just to look at it and go there and like it. So.
All right. Thank you so much. And you're recording. So I guess, I don't know if it's going to load to your computer or.
Okay. It probably will.
But usually when you stop recording and then we exit Zoom, it just starts to.
Okay. So I'll stop recording after we exit.
Okay.
Or does it? Okay. Great.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. Thanks everyone for showing up.
Bye.
All the great questions. That was great. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.